My name is Artsylyssy, and today we are going to the dollar store to pick up some art supplies because last week in my tutorial I said that art is supposed to be accessible. So I thought, why not get our materials from the dollar store to show you guys how to do art on a budget. Okay, let's go. Here we go, y'all, the 5-quarter store, as Nina Poole calls it. I think it's so humiliating to film in public. I'm getting used to it, okay? But here we are. They did have Crayola, but they were $5, and that's not what we were here for. We were here for the cheaper stuff. So I found these. They had 2 different kinds of colored pencils. They had these Play School ones, and they had these Liquid Mark ones. So, of course, I got them both. For canvases, I found this cardstock. I couldn't get my hands on construction paper, but this cardstock would do. So, let's get into our official haul. So, I got some cardstock. I don't know how this is going to go. Okay, that's why we're experimenting. I couldn't find construction paper. Okay, no, this is good. This is good. So it has a shiny side, and then it has a matte side. So I think we'll have to draw on the matte side. Oh, dear. And then we also got this black canvas, which again, don't know how well the pencils are going to show up. And then, like I showed you, they did have Crayola in there, but I wanted to get the cheaper ones, and I also feel like not every dollar store has the same like inventory, so I got these, which are like the dollar store brands. So we got this 12 pack and we got this 10 pack. So we will see how those fare. Again, I'm like kind of nervous. Also random plug, but eyebrow tint. I mixed them together to get like a cutesy little color that matches mine. But anyways, that's what we got. And then, oh, I didn't get a receipt, but everything that I got art-wise was $1.25. So this was $1.25. This was $1.25. So that's, I did the math so terribly wrong, but it's actually around $5. I don't know why I said it was $7, but listen, I majored in English, not math. Okay. We got our stuff. Now I'm gonna go home and we're gonna draw. See you there. Alright, first and foremost, we gotta prepare our canvas and sharpen our pencils. And we also have to swatch. We can speed through this part, actually. It's kind of boring. I mean, the kitties do walk through, but they're always walking through. Like, you'll see them. I don't know, it's just like the big squares were just awkward, so I just cut them into square tangles because I don't have one of those awesome paper cutters. And I really didn't care how big these were. I just wanted them to be small. Okay, so, dang, let me slow this down. Hold on. Like, damn, why are we rushing? So this is where I was like, oh no, this is gonna fail horribly. Foreshadowing. And yeah, the cardstock with the Liquid Mark pencils, no bueno, guys. They were flopping so hard. And I was like, oh my god, how am I gonna draw? Okay, let's skip ahead again. Okay, those were the 12-pack Liquid Mark pencils, and these are the Play School pencils. Girl, get the box open, damn. And then I was like, wait, there's another one in there. The one thing that pissed me off about the Play School is that they did not have white. This is where I was like, okay, maybe things are going to be okay. They won't be. But let's be positive for now because we're not at the end of the video yet. So, it was looking promising here. And I'm just watching. And you can see Cleo in the top corner. Okay, boring again. Let's speed up again. Okay, now we have the Prismacolor. Damn, that's crazy. Oops. Okay, well, it's obvious that there's a difference. This is like the normal drawing paper that I use. Okay. This is Liquid Mark. These are Play School and Prismacolor. Prisma. Now that we've done some swatches, let's get into our drawing. So here I am drawing Shelley Duvall. Unfortunately, though, you wouldn't know that. I'm kind of using both of these. I mainly relied on the Play School pencils, and we're on the canvas, if you couldn't tell. I mainly relied on the Play School pencils because they had the most pigment, and obviously the Liquid Mark was the only one that had the white pencil, but this is kind of where we went with these. I don't know if you can tell from the time lapse, but it's not good. I think this is a fail. This is not Shelley Duvall. This is Shelley Duvall. I think I failed miserably. Perhaps it does kind of matter sometimes, the quality of the materials. But let me explain. So, I don't know, it looks good like this. Number one, I was drawing it flat and I was kind of like at a weird angle. That might have been why we failed. Number two, obviously from our swatching, where is it? Obviously from our swatching, it doesn't show up super well. And let's grab our other sheets. On the drawing paper, let's see, we have the Play School, which is what I was mainly using. This one is the Liquid Mark, and then on the bottom we have the Prisma. I think the Play School definitely is comparable, and this was decent, better on drawing paper. Cardstock was a fail. I think though, so I couldn't find construction paper at my Dollar Tree. I would say that was the best option, but also looking back at our swatches, this was the Liquid Mark, this was the Play School, and this was the Prismacolor. So let's say you wanted to skip out on paper, that's an option. If you use Prismacolors, you're like a higher quality pencil. And if you are wanting to use better paper, I think you can use the regular pencils. So I think we're gonna go back in right now, actually, because I feel like I can't just like walk away with this. Shelley Duvall. Wow, does that girl love to talk? Anyways, I do think the pencils worked a lot better on drawing paper, but still weren't at the caliber that I'm used to. And I still ended up botching Shelley Duvall here. Guys, I've drawn her before. Like, I need to redeem myself. Yeah, I'll let you be the judge. A look of disappointment. She's snacking, but she's mad. Okay, guys, I have to be so honest with you right now. I'm a little frustrated. I am hungry. I've spent hours drawing. I look busted. These drawings look busted, and I'm taking it a little personally. It doesn't define my art skills, but I think I have to eat my words. I think maybe it does matter a little bit what you're using. I do think that, I don't know, it like, does it look better than this? Maybe. That looks a little bit more Shelley Duvall-ish. But in all honesty, the pencils are very hard to use. They are not blendable, they're not very vibrant, and I struggled a lot, but I made do with what I could. Okay, I thought I filmed this and I didn't, but if you actually would like my proper recommendation, the materials that I use aren't necessarily like breaking the bank. Obviously, expensive is relative to your own budget, but what I use, you could honestly get away with a 12-pack of Prismacolors. At Target usually goes for about $13.99. Sometimes it's cheaper at Walmart, Amazon. Dick Blick is a really great art retailer that I feel gives good details. There are a lot of secondhand art stores that if you have one around you, that's worth looking into. And Michael's will sell the Strathmore like mini packs of black sheets of paper for like $6.99. There's Canson, which is affordable, again available on Amazon, and sometimes they have them at Walmart, Dick Blick, your local art store, which will put you about in the $30 range, which is still, again, budget is relative for everybody, but that's what I recommend. I think next week, let's go back and try this Crayolas, because I haven't used Crayolas in a long time. So, okay, back to my outro. I don't know, I'm almost done. Anyways, thank you guys for watching, and hopefully you don't think less of me because I'm struggling a little bit. Hi, it's me again. Sorry, literally there's like 2 seconds left in the video. I don't think I incorporated this, but as I've said, I was very frustrated. It's a new day. I have gone to the gym, showered, done my eyebrows. I did my hair yesterday, but you know. Anyways, I would also like to acknowledge that while I was frustrated and while the materials may not have been the best and may not have been as, you know, blendable and vibrant as I wanted them to be, I think it also showed me areas of growth that I could improve upon. I definitely need to work on the basics and the foundations of portrait drawing, because it's evident that I definitely rely on the pencils themselves to kind of fix my mistakes. And there is something to be said about needing to kind of fix my, you know, sketching and proportions and all that. Anyways, like I said, I'm in a better mood than I was yesterday. I was busted, chopped. The diva was down. But yeah, it's a new day. I'm up. And yeah, I've been doing this for 10 years, and even still there are things that I lack on and things that I need to work on. And that doesn't make me a lesser artist. It just means that, like I said, there's just things to work on, like we all have. So, okay, back to the last 2 seconds of this video. I'll see you next time, and have a great day.
To be honest, I don't know what happened, but we need a redo.
Okay, I thought I filmed this and I didn't, but if you actually would like my proper recommendation, the materials that I use aren't necessarily like breaking the bank. Obviously, expensive is relative to your own budget, but what I use, you could honestly get away with a 12 pack of Prismacolors. At Target usually goes for about $13.99. Sometimes it's cheaper at Walmart. Amazon. Dick Blick is a really great art retailer that I feel gives good details. There are a lot of secondhand art stores that if you have one around you, that's worth looking into. And Michael's will sell the Strathmore like mini packs of black sheets of paper for like $6.99. There's Canson, which is affordable, again available on Amazon, and sometimes they have them at Walmart, Dick Blick, your local art store, which will put you about in the $30 range, which is still, again, budget is relative for everybody, but that's what I recommend. I think next week, let's go back and try this Crayolas, because I haven't used Crayolas in a long time. So, okay. Back to my outro. I don't know. I'm almost done.